Now, if anyone's watching that missed the Dyson Sphere stream yesterday, and you do pop into those, apart from it being a rather interesting and testing stream for me, as in the gameplay and what I did was I tried something new and it was quite interesting. Dave could probably tell you about that because he had fun giving me a bit of crap, didn't you, Dave? While I was trying to figure out. But what I've decided with the Dyson Sphere is we've done 20 odd streams with it. I think we're 24 in total thus far. I just edited yesterday's one this morning actually. So that's all ready to go up for next week. Next Thursday, that's when it goes up into the YouTube. So what I'm going to do is, once we've got rid of all the veins off the planet, the main planet, I'm going to take a hiatus from it. And play something else for a little bit, and we will get back to it. And then, because obviously when that happens, I had plans of redoing that whole planet, just turning it into one big factory, and have all the not components, but things like the iron plates and iron ores and all that delivered from other planets to that planet. But also come up. Can't you wrap your head around it? Now, I've also come up with a, I was actually given an idea. Someone mentioned something that sparked an idea in my head. And it's to do with what I'm doing on that Dyson Sphere anyway. But yesterday what I tried to do is I tried to write the channel name around the sun, which is quite interesting. But I had a thought. Let me know what you think, anyone in chat, if you think it's a good idea or not. But I thought what I could do is every now and then, after we've sort of done what I wanted to do and got to the end of it and that, we could always pop back in. I could every now and then do a special thank you episode to everyone who sort of supported me in this channel. People who've subscribed, obviously that's supporting me. People like Kozian, who've supported me in other ways, been in chat, keeping me company, been quite regular and stuff like that. People I've got to know and all that. And also pick a star for them and put their name on it. Build a Dyson Sphere around that. So, which means that it gives me a reason to go to different solar systems and set up, obviously, the construction, because with the, if you're unaware of the game, with the Dyson Sphere, which is the shell I'm actually doing it with, there's a swarm and there's a shell. Now with the shell, I can, let me in, I can create a name on it and have it engulf around the sun of that system. So we'll be able to pick a star, and then I can go and put a name, and then yeah, I'll need to set up so I can have the rockets launched there to deliver the components with the foundations and the beams and the solar sails, as a sort of a way to have well, I could say a thank you. It's my way of sort of saying thank you, and having you guys sort of lit up by a star, even though it's in a game, but you know, because you are sort of stars to me. The fact that you hang around and help me out and make this more enjoyable for me to do. And so I've obviously got to come up with a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? A criteria, because I just don't want to sort of, because it's a bit of a tricky thing to do. I had a lot of fun trying to do my channel name yesterday on it. So I don't want people just to like subscribe for or donate like $1 or something. Maybe I should keep it for subscribers and stuff and people. You know, who donate so much. Because otherwise you get a donation of 1 cent or 2 cent, and if I keep it, oh, people donate, they'll be there forever. And people just do it just for that sake, not for the fact that they're constant contributors. Whoa! Thank you for the follow there, Jada. What is that? 2308. Welcome to the stream, if you're at the stream. Quite possibly you could have been watching a VOD and gone, oh, okay, I'll follow with that. But appreciate the follow. Welcome to the community. And yeah. See, that's the problem with those bots last week. You sort of sit here and you go, you're not sure if someone's real or not. I assume it was because it was just the one. It wasn't a whole spate of people. But it's just sad. It just ruins it, you know? Not for me personally, but for people who sort of follow you. You shouldn't have a streamer going, well, is that a bot or not? So, but I'm sure you're absolutely real, and I really appreciate the follow, that's for sure. Alright. So I'm guessing there's a good reason why it was so expensive. Well, this was a good price to deliver. It's going to take a wee while. And I should have been in... I've just forgotten. I should have been in bumper view for this. We had a sleep, didn't we? Yeah, no. I understand that. Lurk away, for sure. I'm a lurker. I get that. But I was just saying, like, because I had all that thing with the host stuff and the other people, that whole bunch of 20 of them at the other day, all at the beginning, and of course they're just bots following you for reasons as well. I know the host one's the IP grabber. I don't know what the other ones were about, but before all that happened, I would never think, you know, that to myself. It'd never come into my head, is that person real or not? But I mean, at the end of the day, it will stop. It doesn't really matter, because if a person's following, they are following, as long as I thank them, whether they're real or not, whether they're not there or not. And because I might as well err on the side that they are real, because more often than not they should be. But yeah, it's just an absolute shame, I think, for all concerned, because of those bots. Especially when they come along and they take away a name from a person who just followed that should be up there on the screen. Come on, buddy, I'm waiting for you to overtake. So I can jump into that lane. No, I'm gonna have to wait now. Mike! Making his usual entrance with the 1 bit. Thank you, Mike. How are you, buddy? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that was close. It was a closer shave than a Remington. Now I've got to remember now I've started half an hour early, finishing half an hour earlier. I've got to have my intermission half an hour earlier. Don't know, so it's 3:30 now instead of 4. Go off and make my coffee. Oh, Cozzy, that's right. You don't know. I don't think you were here at the beginning of the stream when I showed the slight change I've made. I will re-say this for the people that weren't here at the beginning of the stream. I did update a few mods, Jessica mods that are available. There's probably more now. I've also added in another mod which has a slight effect for ETS, ever so slight. And I'll have to show you that when we get to the end, when we get to our delivery point. Have I still got a 92? Yep. So it doesn't give the game an advantage over ATS. I can say that now before anyone starts worrying about that, all your ATS supporters. It does not give it an advantage over ATS, and God knows we all know ETS needs it at the moment. It's a little cosmetic change. Which makes it more similar to ATS. And yeah, can I be even more cryptic to make you think? I think I'm being cryptic enough, don't you? You just have to wait until we get there, which will happen in 5 hours and 10 minutes. Which will be roughly around the time we need to sleep anyway. And then I just got to remember to jump into bumper view for the next round of trips, next delivery or to the next sleep time. Yeah, when I saw that speed limit on a sign like that, I sort of knew this was coming up. I'm glad there was nothing on the side there. I heard finish 2 later. Unless you're trying to say you heard that I'm finishing later, Mike. Knowing full well. I know you know, I'm pretty sure you were around when I mentioned I was going to change it. Yeah, for anyone new to the stream, I alternate between this view. Sometimes this view, when it's nice and sunny, I can get a good look at new scenery. And have the fun of trying not to crash, because I'm not too good in this. Because the wheel acts differently. I don't have to turn the steering wheel as much as I do when I'm in the other view, being that one. But generally, my main two is this one and this one. And what I do is, when I do a delivery, I'll start off on one of these views, and then when I either have a sleep or reach the delivery, I'll swap over. I do this one for the realism. I do this one because I get to see a lot more scenery, this one here. And more importantly, I get to hear the engine. Even more so on ATS. To pass the end time. Well, that can happen with ATS or ETS. It's happened before, because as you guys know, I don't finish halfway through a delivery. I've got to finish the delivery off. So there's a good chance. I mean, it's an excellent chance if Smoodo's around, because he'll pick a delivery there. I have to go to the ends of the earth. If there was one to the South Pole, he would pick it. I can stream for 24 hours. I won't be here for 24 hours, but I can leave the stream running for 24 hours. Sunny old Spain, eh? Feel like I'm driving in the 1930s, everything's gone all black and white. Yeah, a few hours of gameplay, the rest just the sweet sound of me snoring. No, I don't need to go there, do I? What am I thinking about? There you go, Causey. The fog's disappeared. I was wondering if we were driving in England for a while, took a wrong turn. You're gonna love it when I get the winter mod on, aren't you? Tell you what, I'll probably leave the setting as is for the rain probability, because we actually get quite a decent amount.
Keep left.
Jeez, I haven't heard that in a while, the rain in Spain. Stays mainly in the plain. But you're right about the fog. But look at that, it's nice and clear day now. In fact, I've probably still got me lights on, don't I? Yeah. Yes, there is actual snow. With that mod. And hence the reason why I think the ATS one was only updated last week, finally. After all that time, because like I said, a little confused as to why the other ones are updated. Other seasons are updated for ATS, but not that one, and it hadn't been since 1.4 came out. So the last update was for 1.39. There was none for 1.4 on both games, and then ETS came out quite a while ago. But the one for this one, oh, look at that nice view. Yeah, just kept, whoops, watch what you're doing. You don't need an accident. Only came out last week. So it must have been, like I said, waiting for the Wyoming DLC to come out. So I thought about it. I thought, well, why are you doing that if you can update all the other ones? But obviously with the spring and the summer and the two autumn ones, really doing is changing the textures of the trees and that, which obviously would be easy, they're assets. With the winter ones, there's snow on the ground, so obviously that's done differently. No, because you can't drive through the Channel Tunnel anyway. It's the Channel Tunnels are for a train, Mike. And I'm pretty sure. You drive onto the train, and then the train takes you through. Which you can do here. Aussie, mate, haven't seen you for a while. How are you? I was actually talking to you last night about Duck. I was saying I hadn't seen you for a wee bit. Oh, look at this. I don't think we've been this way, have we? No, I don't think we have. Look at this. Sort of reminds me of everywhere around here actually in New Zealand. Everywhere you go. Never far from a beach. Good old New Zealand, you can go skiing in the morning and then to the beach in the afternoon. You're never far from either. Well, it's not actually true, but let me put it this way, there's where you can ski, you can easily, if you're there, you can ski in the morning and then go to the beach in the afternoon, but yeah. It's a 4-hour drive, or maybe you can, it's about 4.5 hour drive. If you live in Auckland to the nearest mountain, which is Mount Ruapehu, which is only about an hour and a half away from me. And that's pretty much the only really skiing mountain in the North Island. There's Mount Taranaki, which is, if anyone's seen the movie with Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai, that's where that was filmed. And the mountain they use is Mount Fujiyama, because like Mount Fujiyama, Mount Taranaki is a circle, a round. They look very similar, but that it does snow, but very rarely does it snow even down to the fields. Better turn my lights on because I know I'll get a ticket. Yeah, well, you were getting up early and stuff, weren't you, Aussie? So it's completely understandable. You never have to apologise, never coming back, mate. I just appreciate that people do turn up. Whether it's once or repeatedly. And I won't lie, it's nice to have people come back that I've grown to know and stuff and enjoyed having in the conversations and chat. So... Oh, and you had an earthquake last week, didn't you? That was around by you, wasn't it? Yeah, well, we got something in common, Mike. We both got no life. I keep coming back for that reason as well. I've got nothing else to do. So I keep coming back here and stream. Oh, okay. I've just read one about the former F1, Mike. Oh, okay, so maybe you do. Okay. Well... to be honest, I'm only taking this from this game that they didn't, because with this one you drive onto a train and you go through. I'd love to drive through the tunnel. I really would. Well, that would make more sense than coming back just for me. Oh, keep your eyes on the road. We're going to 80. Why are we going to 80? Oh, okay. I just sort of got ahead of myself there, didn't I? Well ahead of myself. Yeah, so Aussie, you did you feel that earthquake? Was that anywhere near you? It was in Victoria, eh? I'm pretty... You are in Victoria. Oh, okay, South Australia. Alright. Why did I think you were in Victoria? I'm getting lost. I know too many Australians in different blooming states. That's what the problem is. Too hard to keep up with. Oh, there will be aftershocks. Well, there normally is aftershocks. I mean, it was 6 magnitude. There should be aftershocks. Yeah, I saw a video of a couple of news anchors when it hit. They'd just gone off air, but obviously they keep recording. Seen the look on their faces. And I went, I know that look. That was the look I had the very first time I felt an earthquake. And I'll tell you what, if you really, the first time you're going to feel, it doesn't matter what magnitude it is actually, the first time you feel an earthquake, it's quite daunting, but to feel your first one to be as 6 magnitude, my goodness me. That's one to feel. No, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad on the shaking from the camera, but I suppose that's not really a good indication. And they reckon it went for about a minute, and it didn't look like it went for a minute. Because the camera sort of shook for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then sort of died down a bit. So whether they included the slight vibrating afterwards, I don't know. Dude. Yeah. I mean, I never felt one, but doesn't mean it's never happened in history at that location. Yeah, I dropped into Fidi's not so long ago, actually. Yesterday, yeah, in fact. Dropped in and resubscribed. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, especially with places that not usual. Like the first one I ever felt was just a 3 magnitude, but that was in Auckland, and Auckland never has had any earthquakes. Well, to be honest, they do have earthquakes, but the only time they have an earthquake is because one of the 82 volcanoes is about to erupt. But at the moment, they're all dormant or asleep, both extinct or dormant. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Rangitoto, which is the island, Rangitoto Island, which is a volcano that came out of the ocean, and I think it was the 1800s that last went. But the other ones, yeah, I think everything else is sort of dormant up in Auckland. So that's the only time we're really going to feel an earthquake. But I actually had a 3 magnitude one. Well, clearly, if I felt it when you farted, you clearly needed to fart, Mike. Otherwise, there was going to be some very bad internal damages. But yeah, coming down and living here, you feel them all the time. In fact, we haven't had any for a while. But I think we had a good swarm of them, but they were all the aftershocks from the 7.2 magnitude one. And that's the thing with the aftershocks, they can go for years and they don't exactly
keep right and then exit right.
Happen at the place with the big earthquake. They can happen anywhere. They can cause other earthquakes sort of thing, and they're classed as aftershocks. So, yeah. And that might happen in Victoria as well. They might have earthquakes in different locations, but they will just be aftershocks from that one. But definitely not pleasant. I'll tell you what, they have some power to them.
Take the second exit.
I remember one last year. It was a 8 magnitude, if memory serves, but it was miles and miles off the coast. I was getting a bit over ambitious then. Yes. Yeah, everything's caused by global warming, according to them. Yeah, it was miles and miles off the coast. Now, I felt it in my chair, and it was rocking like if you're on a sort of a boat and a big sort of a ferry comes past with the wake, and then you get that rolling over the wake. It was sort of like that. My house wasn't shaking or anything like that. I just felt it. I was getting moved back and forth in my seat. But the power I could feel, I couldn't actually stop myself from moving.
At the roundabout, take the
So
second exit.
I had to go with the flow. And that just shows you how much energy's in one of those.
Exit now.
For it, it obviously creates a lot of energy off the ground as well, because that's the only reason that could have happened. Because, like I said, my house wasn't shaking. My chair was just rocking side to side gently, but I could feel a real power pushing me back and forth, back and forth. It was unreal. We're here. So, guess what's going to happen now?
Take the second exit.
I'm going to deliver it. Yeah, after that though. Oh, straight ahead.
Exit now.
Oh, of course, I've been here so many times I should know where I'm going. No, mate. I'll tell you what. You get a bit more sensitive
And then turn left.
to the earthquaking and stuff like that and the earth shaking after you've been through a massive earthquake like the one I did. Because that was an absolutely scary and frightening experience going through that.
Finally, we are here.
Yeah, where do you want it? Oh, you want it there. Of course you do. Yeah, actually, let me change the range down and start in 5th gear and reverse it in, I suppose. Do I have it? No, I'll reverse it from here. Yeah, no, very violent. And I just feel for all those guys that were actually at the epicenter, because that big one was like I've said before on the stream, was just possibly about 500 kilometers away. But boy, I've never felt an earthquake like it. Ever. Lasted as long as it did. Nothing's lasted that long. It was just, yeah, a very real air of uncertainty. But then again, if you decide to live in a country that's on the ring of fire, that resides on two tectonic plates meeting, well, you know what? Can't sort of complain about it. Don't like it, leave. Basically. Yeah, cause he knows what's happening. Cause, oh, never mind. It's not gonna work. It works in my head, and it always goes downhill from there. It's the delivery system between my brain and the tongue and my mouth that always lets me down. Trying to use a bit of a Kiwi localism. Cause he can. Which is what you got to do, cause he can't. That's why I like it. Or cause he can't. Probably more. No, it's not pink truck time. Definitely won't be going to the pink truck anyway, because we've got the company colours, except oh, okay, if you want it there, I'm quite happy to leave it right here for you. You're not going to be that pedantic about it, I'm happy. Oh, well, that's an interesting question, obviously. Currently, ATS, I'll tell you what, at the start of the stream, ATS had 123,565 euros at the end of last stream. And ATS had $78,371 at the end of last stream. But ATS has one more garage. Bought my my second garage. I was going to say my second garage, but I'm only going to have one second garage, aren't I? And then there'll be a 3 and everything else like that. Oh, here we go. Hoss is back. Coming up with the new names and everything. How many are we going to get today? Just the one, or is it going to be an onslaught of that?